Hey dolls, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Brandi Rose, and today we're sipping some Sencha green tea. Gotta love some good green tea. And we're gonna do a model Q&A. So you're gonna learn a little bit about me and a little bit about the modeling industry. So go warm up some tea and let's get into this video. So I got my handy dandy notebook here and my wild child. So let's get into it. First question is, how did I get into modeling? I got into modeling simply because of my grandmother. She used to work at Belt department store, and they had the in-store fashion shows, and they needed models, and I was one of their kid models. I was so shy at the time. I was so nervous, but at that age, I wasn't very confident in myself, and my grandma was someone who was a very confident woman. She made sure I kept my skin up and things like that, and ever since then, I've just been pushing myself in the modeling industry. We also enjoyed watching America's Next Top Model. That was like one of our things that we did together. So my grandmother was a big influence on me becoming a model from then to now. Number two, this kind of goes into what I already answered. What inspired you to pursue a career in modeling? My grandmother, but also because it helped me get out of my comfort zone. It was something that was like an adrenaline rush for me. It helped me develop as a woman to this day, and I feel like if I didn't go the modeling route, I wouldn't be as confident of a woman as I am today. What are the different types of modeling, and which do you specialize in? Let me grab this book because there is so many different types of modeling. You really just have to find where you fit in. Just to name a few, there is fashion modeling that involves showcasing clothing, accessories, fashion trends on the runway in magazines, catalogs, or advertisements. That usually has a height requirement of at least 5'9", I want to say, or a size requirement. Commercial is something where you're promoting a product or a service, an advertisement, print media, commercials, and brochures. That has a broad range of sizes, looks, shapes, everything. Anybody can be a commercial model. Print models work in print media, including magazines, newspapers, billboards, and online advertisements. They pose in photo shoots to promote various products, lifestyles, or concepts. Runway, aka catwalk models, they showcase clothing and accessories on the runway during fashion shows and events. They need to match their walk in various types of clothing and maintain poise and expression. The last two that I'm going to touch on is fitness models. They promote health and fitness products, of course, and clothing and equipment that's based around being, fit and healthy. They also have well-toned bodies and appear in advertisements, magazines, and fitness-related media. The last thing that I wanted to touch on is parts modeling. They specialize in specific body parts, such as hands, feet, eyes, for product packaging and advertisement or even promotional materials. That's just to name a few, but there's, like I said earlier, a diverse range of different modeling types that you can get in, or modeling categories that you can get into, such as plus, petite, glamour, bikini, video vixen, and more. Most specialize in one or multiple categories depending on their physical attributes, skills, and interests. For me, I specialize in commercial print and runway. I've also done a little bit of parts modeling, and I do want to get into fitness modeling, but mainly I've done commercial and print. Number 4, can you describe the process of signing with a modeling agency? It is so simple, and people may think that's the scariest thing is signing with an agency, but it's the most simplest thing. The process of signing with an agency is, of course, you either get casted, you apply online, and they reach out, they're saying they love your look, they show you their contract. I always recommend you have an attorney that looks over contracts because it's very necessary if any issues were to come about. So yeah, always have someone look over your contract. Once you sign it, you're a signed model. Now, that doesn't mean everything is on the up and up and that you're just going to be making all this money. You need to assert yourself, push yourself out there. If your modeling agency has workshops, make sure you're attending them. If there are some photographers within the agency that you can work with for trade for print or even pay, do what you can to make sure you get yourself out there, and always make sure you're in contact with your agency so they know you're ready to work and put you on the forefront of getting you booked. Number 5, how do you prepare for a photo shoot or runway show? So for a photo shoot or runway show, the way that I prepare is, of course, have my model bag ready. And a model bag can include a couple of things. A change of clothes, such as nude and black undergarments, your prom card, I always like to bring a bonnet and a silk robe, simply because if I have my makeup done already by the makeup artist, I don't want to get my makeup on the outfit or costumes that I'm going to be wearing. So it helps you and the client that's booking you. Also, I would say bring a set of emergency makeup. Make sure you're bringing your heel. Everything that's included in the model bag, I prep that the night before and I make sure my skin is on point. Number 6, what are the most challenging aspects of being a model? The most challenging aspect, I would say, is keep going, because sometimes it can feel, and this isn't for me, this could be for anybody, but I feel like the most challenging aspect for most people, because I've made plenty of model friends that don't currently model anymore, and that's upsetting. It's sad. It's sad to see, because I know these are great models and they have a space in the modeling industry. But I think that the hardest thing is constantly keeping up with your health is number one, because you want to make sure you're not over exercising or overeating or under eating, and image is a big thing. So you have to be doing your therapy sessions, making sure you're doing your meal preps, making sure you're working out and not doing it excessively, or, not doing it enough. When I say keep going, I mean, it is really hard to constantly hear no's unless you're used to it. If you are a new model, you're going to hear 1,000 no's before you hear a yes. And the no's is probably going to be something that you really didn't want to sign up for, even though you think you did. I would say mainly is to keep going. Keep going, keeping your head up, keep your eyes on the prize. If this is what you truly want, you're going to get the yes after the 1,000 no's. Just keep going. Number 7, how do you maintain a healthy work-life balance in the modeling industry? Keeping a schedule is one of the best things, because I feel like I've struggled with that, especially recently with having a 9 to 5, or in my case, a 1:30 to 10:30. But having a schedule, writing it down, and you actually physically seeing how much time you have on your hand, and working in different things that help you calm your mind, center yourself, do some self-care. Always, for me, I feel like implementing self-care in my schedule on a regular basis has helped me have that work-life balance, where I feel like, yeah, I'm constantly on the go, I'm constantly doing this or that, but I'm also making sure I'm taking care of myself on the inside and out. Number 8, what advice would you give to someone aspiring to become a model? Make sure you go take your digitals, and you can use the little Amazon tripod that's been floating around, and use the clicker and take your own digitals with your phone. You have exactly what you need. You don't need to book a photographer or anything like that, and start submitting yourself to agencies. And the best way to find an agency is to go to models.com. If you're having no luck with that, start reaching out to boutiques or companies within your area. They need models, they need content. Make sure you let them know that you're available and you're willing to work. Get your face, get your name out there, network. If you see some networking events, make sure you're putting yourself out there, attend those events, make connections, because every business is a relationship business. So it's all about who you know. Number 9, what are common misconceptions about the modeling industry? This isn't a beauty contest. It doesn't matter how pretty you are. If you can't model, and that's the harsh truth. This isn't a beauty contest, babes. This isn't a beauty contest. I hear a lot of people say that, oh, everyone thinks that I should be a model. I'm constantly told that, and I should just do it, and think it's that simple as just sitting in front of a camera and just posing for a second. And it's not that simple. It is not that simple. It is hard work. And when I say it's hard work, I feel like when I leave a photo shoot, if my stomach doesn't hurt like I just did an ab workout, or my leg isn't a little tense, then I didn't model. And I always model. There's certain ways that you have to carry yourself. There's certain ways that you have to pose with modeling, specifically in front of a camera. Not even just how you're carrying yourself. You have to focus on your full body. And not only just your full body, the way that you're moving or the way that you're posing. You have to focus on your facial expressions and what angles that you are posing, to make sure that you're giving the photographer and your client as many options as possible when it's post and they're picking a picture. Otherwise, they're not going to book you again. This takes a lot of work. You just have to be willing to put it in. It's just as hard as anything else. As long as you're putting in the work, baby, you can do it. Number 10, how do you handle rejection in the modeling industry? Me personally, I got used to being rejected or being told no, and it made me have thick skin. So I'm not going to say I didn't care, but I knew a yes was coming. The more no's I get, the closer I'm getting to a yes. I got a lot of no's when I was younger, and it hurt my feelings. I would cry. I would just be upset and take it very personal. But my advice to you is don't take anything personal. That is the best way to handle it. Don't take anything personal. There is a company out there for you. There is a client out there for you, and they're on their way. You just have to get through these no's to get to the yes. Number 11, can you share any memorable experience from your modeling career? I've had so many memorable experiences since I am my age and being in the industry for this long. I'm getting chills now just thinking about just how far I've made it as far as being a model, even though I'm not a famous model yet. It's mind blowing because at one point it was told to me, there's a lot of people who want to model. What makes you special? And looking back, it's like, wow, I have a whole resume of modeling gigs that you would think that it's hard to get or almost impossible to get. So one of my most memorable gigs that I got, I was doing the Q Sweat Can't Nobody music video. I want to say it came out 2 years ago now. And to think that I was in a Q Sweat music video is crazy because my mom and my grandmother and my dad and my grandparents and, my older family look at this man as an icon. I look at this man as an icon, as a staple in the community. So to be able to do work with someone like that was eye-opening to me that all things are possible. Any other goal that I have or any other company that I want to work with is possible for me to work with. Number 12, what do you enjoy most about modeling? I enjoy the process. I enjoy being in front of the camera, taking the pictures, getting the constructive criticism, and having a team. I enjoy having a full team behind my set, behind that camera. And what I mean by that is having a photographer, a stylist, a makeup artist, because when I'm taking those pictures, that is my crowd. That is my energy boost team. That is my uplifting team. Those are my angels. Those are my family, because we're all in this together to make this content work. We all have a goal for this to be the most amazing content, the most amazing shoot that we possibly could have of our career at that moment. So I just love working with people. I love being in the moment and taking the pictures. I love that because it's more of a glamorous feeling, but it's also an adrenaline rush for me. I just have a love for that I can't really describe. 13, how important is networking in the modeling industry? And that's, like I said earlier, it is extremely important because this is a relationship business just like anything else. It's about who you know. I have had multiple gigs where I wasn't even with an agency, but I got booked a gig simply because they seen me on social media or someone else recommended them to me or recommended the client to book me because they knew my work, they're familiar with me, and I'm the first person to come to their mind. I say that's extremely important. Make sure you're putting yourself out there. 14, what are some key qualities or skills that successful models possesses? In my mind, and I could be wrong, but I feel like one of the most important things to have about you is to be reliable, consistent, the ability to be taught, the ability to accept constructive criticism, the ability to be a chameleon where, being a model, you're a chameleon because, most of the time you know what you're getting yourself into before a shoot, but you never know what your next gig will be. You could be like Afro punk, you could be working for a country type of style, or you could be working for a electric or a gothic or all American or a Barbie doll type of shoot. You don't know what you're gonna get, especially if you're with an agency and they need you to model a certain thing. And of course, it's nothing inappropriate or, degrading to you. You need to be a chameleon. So I think that is something that's very important. But number 15, how do you stay updated on fashion trends and industry news? I mainly stay on social media, and I also like to go to models.com because they'll post who's the model of the year, what fashion trends are going on. I also just like to do a little quick Google search to see. But if I'm just on social media, the girls are going to show you what is trending and what is not. And you're going to see it. Like right now, bows are trending. It's not really my thing, but I found that out because I was just in New York for Fashion Week and I saw models.com posted it and I saw a couple of other designers posting it. And you have to either be constantly researching your craft or be subscribed. Like I'm also subscribed to the CFDA Council of Fashion Design. I think that's what that stands for if I'm not mistaken. But they also will send newsletters out. I'm also subscribed to Allure newsletter. I keep myself in the know by subscribing to websites that's going to keep me in the know. Number 16, what are your favorite beauty and skincare products for maintaining your look? That is a hard one since I'm also a content creator. I'm sent beauty products all the time. So instead of a product that stands out to me the most, I feel like, well, actually there is one product that stands out to me the most. It is the Rin skincare toner, and it comes in this orange bottle. Whenever I have a breakout or a dark mark or anything, it just gets rid of it. Another thing, if you're having a pimple or anything like that, tea tree oil, like tea tree essential oil, put a little dot on it, it's like it's gone. Or those pimple patches. And last thing, the most important ingredient in my skincare is hyaluronic acid. That thing right there has my skin looking juicy every day. And don't forget your sunscreen. Number 17, can you share any tips for posing in front of the camera? Oh my God. When I realized that I needed to really practice posing for being in front of the camera, that's when my modeling career really started to change, because my pictures weren't looking the same anymore and they were given variety, which they needed to. So my tip for that is get you a big mirror, pose in front of it, make sure you're feeling where your face is, learn your different angles and things of that nature. So when you are in front of a camera, you know, oh, if he's up here, my face, I need to tilt my face like this or like this so it doesn't look like I have under eye bags or I'm really sleepy. Or if he's down here, I need to open my eyes more so it doesn't look like my eyes are closed or I'm high or something, you know, things like that you will notice when you're constantly in the mirror. And now I have an obsession with being in the mirror, so yeah. Number 18, what is your favorite type of photo shoot to participate in and why? I don't think I have a favorite type of photo shoot as long as I have a team. I enjoy photo shoots where I have a full-on team, photographer, videographer, makeup artist, hairstylist, designer, someone who does the accessories, things like that, because it feels like a family working together on a project, and I just love that feeling. Number 19, how do you approach diversity and inclusion in the modeling industry? I don't feel like that's a question for me, because I would be a part of the diversity and inclusion that an agency or a client would use to help them be diverse and inclusive in their company. The final question, number 20, what are goals and aspirations for your modeling career in the future? And one of the reasons I'm doing this video too, I want to get signed this year. That's one of my goals and aspirations. But not only do I want to get signed, I want to get back to modeling full time along with doing my content creation, talking to you dolls. I want to do New York Fashion Week. That is one of my goals, is to be in New York Fashion Week for a reputable company such as a designer that is on one of the CFDA runway shows, like through New York Fashion Week. I want to do more print and commercial where I'm doing it regularly throughout the month instead of, you know, every 3 to 6 months doing print and commercial work. I want to expand my portfolio, get a little more editorial in there so you guys can see my personality and how my facial expressions can get. But yeah, I really just want to expand this year. I don't want to talk too much about my goals and aspirations because I want to put everything out there just yet. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and getting to know a little bit about me and the modeling industry. If you're looking for more modeling videos, some fashion, and a little bit of beauty, make sure you don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell below. I'll see you in the next one.